Hello to all astrology enthusiasts. In this video, I want to discuss the conjunction aspect of the Sun and Jupiter in the zodiac sign of Cancer, which will occur on June 24th, 2025. I would also like to remind you that in general, we could already start feeling the energies of this aspect from June 11th, and the aspect will dissipate around July 8th. Accordingly, by that time, the energy will only begin to subside, but the aspect itself will open a new yearly cycle for us. And I suggest we take a look at which houses of the horoscope this aspect will be active in for each of the 12 zodiac signs. Aries. The conjunction aspect of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer will occur for you in the 4th house of your horoscope, the house of family, ancestry, roots, our emotional security, our place of residence, and matters of the past. And here, the conjunction of the Sun as a symbol of strength and willpower with the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, luck, and growth of opportunities, gives a powerful, energetic impulse to these areas of your life. The sign of Cancer, which actually rules this 4th house, the house of family, sees its energy amplified, and it is strengthened by care, warmth, and a sense of belonging. For you, Aries, who by nature strive for action and movement, this aspect brings a very important emphasis. It places a significant focus on your inner world, your family connections, and on creating a solid emotional foundation. This aspect will activate or intensify your desire to create and strengthen home comfort, security, and coziness, as well as increase your attention to family traditions. Alternatively, this may involve a reassessment of family roles and relationships, and there is an opportunity to expand your family. In other words, this could mean the birth of a child, relatives coming to visit, or an improvement in your living conditions. And here, the need for stability and emotional support increases. This is also a time when you have the opportunity to resolve any family conflicts. In addition, this aspect can bring about real-life situations, such as starting renovations, buying or selling a home, or again, pregnancy, relatives coming to stay, or perhaps you may want to delve into researching your family history and, for example, create albums or photo albums to preserve family traditions. There may be family celebrations, deep and heartfelt conversations with family members, and the resolution of any misunderstandings or conflicts. And in general, this is a very good aspect simply for rest and recuperation, especially in a home environment. Accordingly, in order to ground the energy of this aspect, it is important to create a cozy, comfortable space, here perhaps by adding elements related to family themes, such as photographs or anything that creates a sense of comfort in the home. It is very beneficial to plan joint activities, family dinners, and celebrations, to participate in conversations, support family members, show care and attention, especially to parents, and to explore your roots and family traditions. And in general, you can also thoughtfully introduce some new rules or routines, perhaps specifically related to important family matters and interpersonal relationships, in order to further improve and harmonize your living space. The place where you and your loved ones reside and spend your daily lives together. I wish you success. Taurus. The conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter is happening in your 3rd house. This is the house of communication, the house of information, thoughts, short trips and interactions with our brothers and sisters and our closest circle. And since the Sun is, after all, a symbol of our will and our ego, when it joins with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, optimism, and opportunities, especially in the sign of Cancer and in the 3rd house, it opens up for you a yearly period that brings energy specifically for active information exchange and for developing connections with your close circle. Moreover, Cancer will add a touch of emotional depth to this process, a sense of caring, and a desire to make these interactions especially harmonious. And for you, Taurus, since you value stability and practicality, this period becomes an opportunity to expand your social circle and enrich your intellectual resources. At the same time, all of this will happen in a rather emotional way. In general, the third house is about communication, interaction, learning, acquiring new information, and a large number of short trips. Basically, it's about planning your life, so to speak, and organizing your thoughts, and also strengthening ties with your close circle. Overall, this aspect can bring situations where the number of your contacts, calls, and message exchanges increases, and you make new acquaintances. Commerce also falls under the third house, which means new sales as well. There will be many new meetings, negotiations, and discussions. You might sign up for training courses or workshops during this aspect, or develop some new skills. Frequent business trips or short travels, visits to relatives or neighbors are favorable. It's a good time to study foreign languages. You can start a blog or write a book, or at least begin one. It's also beneficial to take part in family conversations, resolve conflicts with brothers and sisters, and overall to receive a great deal of useful information that will improve your daily life. And in order to ground the energy of this aspect, plan your time and tasks and prioritize your activities. Keep in mind that this is still the sign of Cancer, which means emotions are involved, so it's important to maintain emotional balance here. If you receive a lot of new information, try to organize it, structure your communications, keep notes, or perhaps use apps and technology. Physical activity is especially important here. Move around, take trips, go on a journey, harmonize your interactions with your immediate circle in general. I wish you success. Sun and Jupiter is happening in your second house of the horoscope. In my opinion, this is a very good placement for this aspect. After all, this is the house of money, your personal resources, your material well-being, and issues of self-esteem also fall under the second house. And here the Sun, a symbol of willpower, joins with the planet of expansion and opportunities, launching for you an annual period of active growth precisely in the area of finances and your personal stability. Considering that this is the sign of Cancer, the energy becomes especially emotional, focused on protection, on preserving your home, your resources, and your sense of security. And for you, for Geminis, who are used to constantly being on the move and mentally active, this transit gives you the opportunity to focus specifically on strengthening your material foundation and your core values. That is, through the second house, this aspect will activate the theme of material resources and finances, issues of self-esteem and your values, as well as matters of security, comfort, and how you can practically apply your resources in general. And in real life, this aspect can bring about a series of events. For example, you might receive some financial bonuses, an increase in income, or profitable deals. You could discover new sources of income, start a new financial project or business, buy, renovate, or improve your home, reconsider your budget, create a financial plan, or start investing. And overall, this aspect will also provide the energy to strengthen your self-confidence and boost your self-esteem. During this aspect, you might receive some material assistance or support from your family or loved ones, specifically regarding financial matters. And to ground this energy, be sure to plan your finances, keep track of your income and expenses, seek out and open up new sources of income, set new financial goals for yourself, and launch financial projects. By the way, you can also work on improving your financial literacy, for example, by learning the basics of investing or money management. And in general, any kind of physical activity is also great for grounding your energy. I wish you success. Cancers, the conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter is happening in your zodiac sign and in your first house of the horoscope, the house of personality, the house of yourself, your appearance, and any of your initiatives and the beginnings of new chapters, new stages in your life. The Sun is our source of life energy and willpower, while Jupiter is the planet of expansion, luck, and growth. And since this is happening in your own zodiac sign, in your first house, it gives you such a powerful boost of optimism, confidence, and the expression of your charisma for the whole year ahead. For you, this is a time to truly shine, to expand your personal horizons, and to actively launch new projects, regardless of the area of life you're focusing on right now. And during this period, there will be a lot of support, especially emotional support, in your life. In other words, this aspect will greatly strengthen your personality and your personal power. You can, without a doubt, start any new ventures, whether it's personal relationships, starting a family, or launching a business. In addition, there is a very strong focus on self-development, self-acceptance, and everything related to your self-esteem, appearance, image, reputation, and personal branding. And overall, this aspect can bring situations where you start a new project, launch a new initiative, change your line of work, move into a new position, or new opportunities for personal growth will open up for you, your social circle will expand, and new influential people will appear around you. Your charisma will simply overflow because this is a very powerful aspect for you. And of course, your self-esteem will also improve as a result. There may be changes in your appearance. You may start taking better care of yourself and your health. And in order to ground the energy of this aspect, practice various types of, let's say, mindfulness exercises. For example, this could be meditation, keeping written practices like a success journal, plan, set new goals, and start new projects. Express yourself in this world with maximum confidence. Undoubtedly, physical activity is a great way to ground this energy. This could be as simple as taking walks or doing sports, and overall strengthen any of your social connections and be open to new acquaintances. All of this will gradually have a positive effect over the course of the year. I wish you success. Lions. The conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter is happening in your 12th house of the horoscope. And the 12th house is associated with themes of the subconscious, solitude, hidden processes, as well as karma, spiritual practices, and our inner transformations. And here, the Sun, which symbolizes our self, our will joins with the planet of expansion, the planet of wisdom and spiritual growth, right in the 12th house, giving you the opportunity for a deep awakening of your inner resources, your potential, which is usually hidden from the outside world. Considering that the conjunction is happening in the sign of Cancer, the energy is strongly colored by emotions. Here, there is a kind of care for your soul. Here, an intuitive sensitivity is revealed, and there is a desire to seek comfort and security. And for you, for people who are used to outward expression and leadership, this aspect opens up an entire yearly cycle of conscious work with your inner world, your spiritual development, and your healing. With this aspect, topics such as spiritual development, self-discovery, rest, solitude, healing, and letting go of the past become relevant for you. You might, for example, feel the urge to help others and show altruism, or you may uncover some hidden abilities, potential hidden talents or opportunities. Overall, this aspect can bring about a series of events where you feel drawn to immerse yourself in spiritual practices, participate in retreats or personal development seminars, travel to places of power, or engage in psychological work, for example, through psychotherapy. You may feel the urge to withdraw, to take a break from the outside world, to restore your energy, to free yourself from old karmic debts or certain behavioral patterns. Perhaps you want to read spiritual literature, study philosophy, or delve into esotericism. And in order to ground this energy, you can do so through meditation, peaceful walks, travel, or various other helpful methods that assist in calming and soothing the mind. You can simply practice yoga, analyze your emotions and reactions, or seek psychotherapy and work with a psychologist, mentor, or psychotherapist. It's also important here to maintain your connection with nature through any kind of physical activity. I wish you success. See you. Virgos, the conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter is happening in your 11th house of the horoscope, the house of friendship, group activities, teamwork or social connections, as well as collective projects. And the 11th house also touches on our dreams and long-term life goals. And here, the Sun as a symbol of yourself, a symbol of willpower, when it joins with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, and opportunities, forms a union that brings a powerful energy aimed at expanding your social circle, receiving support from friends and like-minded people, or financial backing for your projects from sponsors, as well as inspiration for big ideas. With this aspect, you may launch a major project with a social focus. Moreover, the sign of Cancer will add emotions to this, bringing in expressions of care. And for you, for Virgos, who are usually very practical and can also be quite critical, yes, on the downside, this aspect opens the door to a broader, more optimistic vision of your personal goals, your dreams, and, so to speak, your social objectives. Perhaps under this aspect, you will start some powerful charitable project. Through the 11th house, this aspect will activate the theme of expanding your circle of friends, as well as ideas and the launch of collective projects. Perhaps under this aspect, a new big dream will arise or be born within you. Overall, this aspect can bring situations where you receive, for example, an invitation to participate in some public event or charitable project. There will be new acquaintances, especially through the internet. There is a very powerful expansion of your circle of close people and friends. It's a good time to launch joint projects, including in the online space. You can get involved in volunteering, discuss plans for the future, for example, or launch some new projects for the future. At the same time, you will receive very strong support from your friends. And in order to ground this energy, be sure to plan your time. Try to balance your social activity with rest. Be sure to meet new people, maintain your new connections, make new friends, expand your social networks, and express yourself in the online space. And of course, physical activity always helps us to ground energy in a positive way. I wish you success. Libra, the conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer is happening in your 10th house, the house of career, professional fulfillment, reputation, image, and your social status. And here, the Sunas, a symbol of our will and personal power, combines with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck, and opportunities, in the 10th house, giving a very powerful boost for growth and success, specifically in your professional sphere for the entire year ahead. And because this is in the sign of Cancer, it will add a strong emotional tone to everything happening in your career sphere, and will place special emphasis on care, support, and, for example, creating a comfortable emotional work environment. And for you, Libra, you always strive for harmony and justice. This is a cycle that will open up opportunities for career growth through your ability to build relationships and show care for your colleagues or within your team. And of course, this aspect will activate the theme of career advancement, recognition, and an increase in status. It could mean a new position, new responsibilities, or the realization of your professional ambition. Relationships at work will be changing here, yes. For example, during this aspect, you might launch your own business or startups. It will be a good time to achieve your professional goals and ambitions throughout this year. And what in general can bring success in life? A promotion, yes, moving to a new position, expanding your area of responsibility, as I mentioned, establishing important work contacts, including with influential people and collaborations, new projects, specifically those that will help you grow professionally more quickly. You may receive recognition, you may get a bonus during this aspect, or support from management. There will be situations here where you will be adjusting your professional goals and priorities. New ideas may arise, yes, for projects or maybe even for business. And in order to ground this energy, definitely pay attention to your career sphere, start new projects. By the way, make sure to separate work from your personal life. Also, our 10th house is responsible for official marriage. Perhaps under this aspect, you will receive a marriage proposal or decide to officially register your marriage. Be sure to engage in physical activity, even simple walks, help to ground your energy. I wish you success. The conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer will take place in your 9th house of the horoscope, the house of philosophy, higher education, travel, our spiritual quests, and in general, the expansion of our worldview. The Sun here, as a symbol of will and our personal power, when it joins with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, opportunity, and luck in the sign of Cancer, brings a very powerful impulse for your inner personal growth and gives you the opportunity to expand your knowledge or grow spiritually. How can this happen? It can happen through education, especially academic education, or through studying philosophy, religion, esotericism, or spiritual practices. Alternatively, there may be opportunities for long-distance travel, a change of environment, or moving abroad. Any contacts with foreigners, whether in your personal life or in business, such as joint projects or international business ventures. Overall, this aspect will provide you with opportunities to start studying, obtain new diplomas or certificates, or embark on journeys related to education or spiritual growth. It's a good time to start learning foreign languages. It's also beneficial to simply immerse yourself in reading literature on philosophy, religion, or esotericism. By the way, this will also help ground your energy. There may be opportunities to participate in spiritual retreats, or perhaps you will meet a mentor from abroad during this aspect who will change your worldview. And in general, to ground this energy, make sure to record new thoughts and impressions, make plans, and write down any insights you might have during this aspect. You can practice meditation. Go on a journey, after all, and change your worldview, your beliefs, and broaden your perspective. And any kind of physical activity will also help to ground this energy in a positive way. I wish you success. Sagittarius, the conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer will take place in your 8th house of the horoscope, the house of deep personal transformations, crises, and changes. The topics of shared resources and the intimate side of life will also be relevant for you during this aspect. The Sun, as symbol of our self, our personal power, joins with the planet of opportunities and luck. And for you, this opens up a powerful year-long cycle one that brings an energetic flow for deep personal transformation and for expanding your inner resources. In addition, there will be a lot of emotions here thanks to the sign of Cancer. And overall themes such as personal psychological transformations will be activated for you. You'll have the opportunity to work with a specialist, coach, or psychologist to work through your fears and blocks and to heal from everything in your past. There will also be themes of shared resources and finances. Under this aspect, you can launch your own business. Under this aspect, you can start investing or launch startups. This aspect is also favorable for resolving various credit issues and debt obligations. There may be an opportunity to receive an inheritance or large sums of money from sources that do not belong to you. In other words, this refers to large sums of other people's money. Additionally, here you might, for example, enter into a new personal relationship or deepen your connection with your partner, especially in terms of trust and support in the intimate side of life. It is also very beneficial to explore the hidden aspects of life because the energy is affecting the 8th house of the horoscope. You might now feel the urge to study esotericism, mysteries, secrets, or to gain important new information and knowledge. This aspect can mark the beginning of a period of profound changes and a complete rethinking of your life. You may also receive financial support, an inheritance, some profitable deals, or improve your relationships with your partners in your personal life. Accordingly, this is a good time to carry out joint projects related to finances or property and to get rid of anything old. The energy is simply amazing for working through any psychological fears and suppressed emotions. To ground this energy, pay attention to these areas of your life. You can do this through meditation, yoga, psychological work, psychotherapy, or physical activity. Be sure to pay attention to the financial side of your life. Paying off debts will help ground this energy well. And have honest conversations with your partners in your personal life, resolve misunderstandings. I wish you success. The conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer is happening in your 7th house of the horoscope. And this is the house of partnership, the house of marriage, business and personal relationships, as well as relationships with your clients or even open enemies. Here, the Sun, as a symbol of will, a symbol of our individuality, our ego, joins with the planet of luck, the planet of opportunities. And in the 7th house, this conjunction gives a very powerful impulse to strengthen your sphere of relationships, your personal connections. For an entire year, you will have favorable conditions for harmonizing and expanding any of your partnerships and forming important alliances, including, for example, marriage in your personal life. And here, Cancer will add a theme of gentleness, care, and emotions that will manifest in your relationships. Overall, this aspect will activate all your interactions, helping to resolve any conflicts or misunderstandings. In addition, you will be able to form important alliances, agreements, contracts, and deals. You may officially get married or formally launch a new business, sign some significant documents, or even simply start an advertising campaign, which will be effective for your new business. Any legal matters related to partnerships are also resolved well. Overall, these aspects will create situations where you will experience the beginning or strengthening of important and meaningful relationships, including marriage, the conclusion of beneficial partnership agreements, and the successful resolution of any conflicts with partners, specifically through dialogue. You will also encounter new acquaintances and new allies who will help you in your professional growth, handle legal matters, and legal issues will be resolved very well. And in general, to ground this energy, pay attention to any of your relationships related to the 7th house of the horoscope. If there are any misunderstandings or conflicts, resolve them, sign contracts, strengthen your business partnerships, launch startups, and start advertising campaigns. Work with your clients through honest, sincere dialogue, and any physical activity will help ground the energy in a positive way. I wish you success. See you, Aquarius. The conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer will take place in your 6th house of the horoscope, the house of health, work, our daily routines, caring for pets, and the themes of service and caring for others. Overall, the conjunction of the Sun in the 6th house, and the Sun is a symbol of life energy in general, with Jupiter, the planet of growth and luck, and also in the sign of Cancer, gives a powerful boost for the whole year to strengthen your health and, for example, to improve your working conditions at your job. With this aspect, you might get a pet, or you might start some kind of charitable or volunteer project, or you may begin working in a helping profession. Moreover, Cancer will allow you to show a lot of care and emotion here. By the way, opportunities will open up for you to strengthen your health, or with this aspect, you may reach a point of recovery, right? For example, after a long period of treatment, it's a good time to start any wellness programs, workouts, or sports activities. It's also beneficial to pay attention to your work, improve relationships with your colleagues and management, and optimize your daily routine so you experience less stress and enjoy life more. It's also a good idea to start or participate in educational events that develop your professional skills. In other words, this aspect will create real situations where you launch new health programs, start a healthy lifestyle, or receive a new position or new responsibilities at work. Your relationships with colleagues will definitely improve. It's a good time to pursue further education, to improve your qualifications, and it's also beneficial to actively plan and organize your daily life in general. The energy for this is simply incredibly powerful right now. And to ground this energy, you could, for example, get a pet and take care of it, do sports, simply go for walks, or start a wellness program. Or you could pay more attention to your work sphere, your relationships with colleagues, and the work environment and conditions you're in during your professional activities. I wish you success. See you. Conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter in Cancer is happening in your 5th house of the horoscope. This is a really great placement for the conjunction because the 5th house is, first of all, the house of creativity, self-expression, as well as romantic relationships, pleasures, and our children, if that's relevant for you. In general, the Sun, as a symbol of life energy, when it joins with the planet of luck, opportunity, growth, and abundance in the 5th house, can give a very powerful boost for the whole year ahead in these areas of life that I mentioned. And with Cancer, there will be a lot of emotions here, a lot of emotional depth and care. You'll want to show more love. You'll want to create comfort. And all of this will be expressed either in your creative initiatives, in romantic relationships, or in your interactions with your children. That is, this aspect is perfect for launching any creative initiatives, for meeting new people, starting romantic relationships, flirting. And over time, these relationships will move to a higher, more serious level. It's a good time to spend with your children, to actively share their interests, to organize celebrations. In general, under this aspect, you can actually enjoy life more. There will be opportunities to participate in cultural events and celebrations. Also, the fifth house is responsible for gambling. You could definitely win the lottery under this aspect. Overall, it will bring you situations where you start creative projects, maybe exhibitions, concerts, some publications, and you will definitely have new romantic interests. Or there will be opportunities to strengthen your relationship with your current partner. It's a good time for organizing celebrations, parties, and any joyful events. It's possible that under this aspect, you realize that your passion or hobby can bring you money, and you'll start earning from it. There will be a lot of inspiration, many new ideas, and creative energy to ground, to pay attention to these areas of life, to spend more time with children or with your loved one. This can manifest through various gestures, attention, and organizing celebrations. The fifth house is about situations that bring us the greatest joy, happiness, and pleasure. And of course, any walks or physical activity help to ground your energy in a positive way. I wish you success. Subscribe, share this video, and see you soon.